Hi guys, Deuces here, and I'm going to be doing my top 10 Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch figures for 2018. 2018 was a decent year for Black Series 6-inch figures. I don't want to say it was amazing, because I don't think it was. It wasn't bad though. It definitely, they improved their game this year. They tried some more articulation on some figures, which was nice. The big thing was the photoreal face printing onto human faces, because one of the biggest struggles for this line of figures, as you probably know, is if they do a helmeted figure or alien figure, it looks really good. If they do a character that has a human face and more or less based on an actual person, they suck more often than not. There's a couple ones that are alright, but more often than not, they suck. So this year, it really changed with the photoreal tech. Figures with human faces look 10 times better and are some of my favorite figures now. But in terms of character selection, it was alright. There's nothing really that great until like the end of the year. And I'm missing a chunk of figures. Some figures I wasn't interested in. Some figures I didn't get a hold of, like Dengar would probably on this list. I even ordered Dengar. I ordered Dengar at the end of October and from Big Bag Toy Store, and I still haven't gotten it in. It still hasn't arrived yet. It's 2019 now. So that's a big piss off, and that would have been on my list and probably high on my list if I would have gotten that in time. And I never found any out of that wave. I never saw the Leia or the Lando. The Lando probably would have been on this list. The Rio Durant might have been. But anyways, the two here in front are honorable mentions. They just didn't make the list because they're just figures I liked a lot more, ended up playing around with a lot more. But we do have the new Captain Phasma, which was a Toys R Us exclusive up here in Canada. This one's pretty cool. It is mostly a repaint of that original Captain Phasma figure, and I'm not like the biggest fan of Captain Phasma, but it did add a nice paint effect for the searing on her armor. You got the Quicksilver Lance in its deactivated mode and in its activated mode, as you can see. A soft goods cape, which is a vast improvement over the plastic one on the original. And you do get a pretty awesome looking battle damaged Captain Phasma helmet with her eye showing on the inside. So the head sculpt alone, or the helmet sculpt alone, was enough for me to really want to buy this and put it on my honorable mentions, because I think this is a really well done figure. And then the Range Trooper is really cool. It's another Imperial Army builder, so it just didn't make the list over some other figures that came out this year. But I really like the soft goods fur. It's a really nice, bulky, and heavy figure. The only things that really bring it down is that the blaster isn't painted in the accurate color, and he's a little limited in articulation because of how bulky he is. But it's still a really cool figure and deserves a mention from this year. Anyways, let's get started with number 10. So first up is Admiral Piett. Just maybe even on this list for me, on the sole reason is whoever would have thought would have got an Admiral Piett figure in the 6-inch line. He's a significant character in the original trilogy. He's not a major character by any means, but I do like his character, and I'm a big fan of Imperial officers. I like collecting Imperial officers, and they released a decent amount of them this year, so I definitely want to get my hands on this one, and I did, and it's pretty cool. I mean, he uses pretty much the base mold, officer mold they use for like all of them, but he does have a new torso to match his rank black and his code cylinders. The face print looks pretty good. It's not 100%, but it looks pretty good. I like that they included a blaster to give him some more accessories, because he doesn't come with much, and I do like that you can remove the hat. I think that's pretty cool. And overall, it's just a really cool Imperial officer figure. If you really want to, he's generic looking enough where you can kind of rebuild it if you wanted to. And number 9, I have the Mimban Stormtrooper. I really like this variant of the Stormtrooper. I don't know why. I guess just a rugged feel and look to it. It's really cool. I mean, it's basically just a Stormtrooper figure with a new molded helmet and the soft goods cape, but the new molded helmet looks really cool. The paint apps are really good. All this mud weathering is awesome. The soft goods cape is also really well made, and it has some little like mud effects on it, which is cool as well. It's got like 2 flaps, so that's really cool. He does come with the blaster. I do wish he came with the long rifle that the 3 3/4 inch versions came with, just to give him some more accessories, especially when they charged more for him because he was an exclusive, or at least up in Canada they did. Articulation is really good because it's on that Stormtrooper mold. I don't know, it's just a really cool figure. I really do enjoy it. And at number 8, I have the Solo Lando Calrissian figure, the Donald Glover Lando Calrissian figure. I really like this figure. I wasn't sure I was going to like this figure, but when I got it, I really do like it. The face print looks really good. It really, I think, looks quite a bit like Donald Glover's portrayal of Lando. And I really enjoyed Lando in the movie. I like that you can take off the cape. I like that you can take off the scarf too if you want. He's got this blaster. You can take off the extended barrel if you want to. And I like that it clips. You can clip it to his holster there. That's really cool. Articulations, your standard Black Series. But the figure carries this sort of swagger that only Lando Calrissian can carry. So I really enjoy it for that. So he is my number 8 choice. So number 7, I have the Forlom figure. This has been a pretty difficult figure for people to find. I think I pre-ordered mine on Amazon.ca in the summer and ended up getting it in October. So it took a while for them to actually get them in, and then they didn't put him back up for retail price afterwards. So he's not an easy figure to get. I'm a little surprised. I know a lot of people want him to finish up their 6 bounty hunters, but I literally would have thought he would have been the least sought after bounty hunter of them all. There's nothing too special about him, but it is a really well done figure. It reuses some of the 3PO mold. It adds some new parts. It enhances the articulation in the arms, which is really cool. It has a light piping effect in the head to make the eyes glow green, which is really cool. The sculpting and paint is really well done on this figure. They really do have the paint on the chassis to replicate rusting metal, which looks awesome. It only comes with the rifle, but that's all it really needs to come with. So I do enjoy this one. Number 7. At number 6, I have the Rebel Fleet Trooper. I know a lot of people were happy to get this figure in the 6-inch line. I was really happy to get it in the 6-inch line. The Imperials finally have Rebel Troopers to fight, which is awesome. And I really like the first scene in A New Hope. It's just a classic. This figure is really well done. Has the face printing of that dude we see the close-up on. Has the helmet. I've always liked the Fleet Trooper's helmet, and you can take that off if you want. You can also take off the antennae too if you want. Comes with the Death Star plans. Really cool. Has a holster, and he has the blaster, which has some paint apps, which is always great. This figure actually utilizes butterfly joints. I think this is the first figure in the Black Series to utilize butterfly joints, which is really awesome. But they don't really work to the intended effect. But they still are really cool. And overall, it's a really solid figure. Really solid. And number 5, I have General Veers. This is a Walgreens exclusive down in the States, and you can get it at Toys R Us up here in Canada. And this was a figure I was really excited for when it was announced. Again, another character I wouldn't have expected to get in the 6-inch line, but we did. General Veers is one of my favorite officers. He's really cool in his brief appearance in Empire Strikes Back. I like the actor. It's just overall cool character and cool Imperial officer. And they did the really cool thing where they give him his full battle armor, which is really awesome. He has a blaster there too. He got his full battle armor, and they also include his officer's hat, and you can take off all the armor so you can have him in his officer look if you so desire. The face printing looks really good. It's pretty close to the actor. Overall, a really great figure. I'm really happy to have this one in the collection. At number 4, I have Clone Commander Wolff. This guy would have been number 1, but he, for some reason, uses the old Clone Trooper mold in the arms, so even though he has double hinged in the elbows, you only get 90 degrees of articulation, which is a pretty big bummer. It knocked him down to 4th place. I don't know why, because this figure came out after Rex, so it doesn't really make any sense to me, but either way, it's still a really great figure. I love the armor design for Wolff. I like the Neo sort of looking helmet. I like the Wolf Pack markings. He has a soft goods camo, which is cool. It came with the 2 blast reels. Doesn't come with the rifle. And just have an extra one. I'm holding it. They had some weathering on him, which honestly wasn't the best looking. It's just kind of some bright brown scratches. It was still not too bad. Articulation's really good aside from the elbows. You move the rangefinder, which is always cool. And he has a really badass face printed head. I absolutely love how that looks with the scar and the cybernetic eye. I love that. That looks awesome. Really, really good figure. I got really lucky finding this, apparently. He's not easy to come by, I think. I ended up going into EB Games up here one day and just stumbled upon 2 of these guys. Completely forgot they even released them. And I ended up snagging one. Never saw it again. So I'm really happy I was able to get this one. Next up is Grand Moff Tarkin. I was really excited when they announced this figure. It was probably one of my most wanted figures of this year. I got lucky and I found it pretty quickly after he was released, though I've seen him a couple more times since then. It's a really good one. Again, he's using the main officer body that most officer figures have been using now, with the different torso to match his rank and whatnot. The face printing is really good. This is a figure that would not have turned out well if they didn't use the face printing, so I'm happy they waited on him until they started using the face printing. From certain angles, it doesn't look 100% correct, but it's still pretty damn good. And in some angles, you can definitely make him look really menacing. And I'm really happy to have one of my all-time favorite original trilogy characters in the 6-inch form. Really awesome. And number 2 is Tobias Beckett. This figure surprised me. It's actually really, really good. I enjoyed Tobias Beckett's character in the movie. He's probably my favorite new character from the movie. I like the whole galactic Wild West gunslinger look and style of the character. The face printing is some of the best I've seen on a mass retail figure. I think that really looks like Woody Harrelson. The articulation's pretty good. I like how they molded the trench coat. I like the belt, how it looks very Han Solo-ish, but still different in its own right. I like the 2 blaster pistols he comes with. Articulation's good. It's just a really solid addition to the Black Series. I really like this figure a lot. And last but not least, at number 1 is Captain Rex. This is a figure, again, I got really lucky finding. Only found him in stores once. I caught the wave out when, I guess, they first put it out. EB Games snagged him right up. And I do not regret it. He does have the better elbow joints, the paint apps, aside from a little bit of sketchy paint apps on the welding spots on his helmet for me. Look really great. The scratches in the armor look great. The weathering looks way better than Wolff's. The soft goods camo is good. The pauldron's good. It's got 2 blaster pistols, which is awesome. Like I said, articulation really good. And you have an awesome face printed head under there, which is fantastic. This is my first face printed figure, which looks really great. Technically, they did release this figure in 2017, but he didn't have face print tech, and not everyone was able to get that So yeah, he is really, really cool. I really dig this figure a lot. Definitely my top Black Series figures. I'll probably do an updated list at some point when I feel like it. So probably not for a long time. But yeah, he's my number 1. So overall, it was a decent year for Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch figures. Hope you guys enjoy taking a look at my top 10 list. Obviously, this is subjective. Your list is going to be different than mine, 100%. But let me know what your favorite Star Wars figures were this year in the comments down below. Again, thank you guys for watching, and may the Force be with you.